More pressure is mounting on the Justice Department to fully release the Epstein files as required by law. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is introducing a resolution directing the chamber to initiate legal action against the DOJ. Schumer calls Friday's partial and highly redacted release blatant disregard for the law. Meanwhile, Republican Congressman Thomas Massie and Democratic Representative Ro Khanna intend to find Attorney General Pam Bondi in contempt of Congress for withholding Epstein documents. A contempt finding could result in fines against Bondi. Only 3%, literally 3% of the files were released on Friday. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries has requested a written explanation from the DOJ as to why many records were not released by Friday's deadline. The Department of Justice says more files released to Jeffrey Epstein will be released as calls grow for accountability from the Trump administration. The most recent document dump included a deleted, then restored photo of Donald Trump that was kept in Epstein's desk drawer. Now, most of Trump's name and face were redacted, but the DOJ originally missed a few points. The files also showed that Epstein took a 14-year-old victim to Mar-a-Lago to meet Trump. Epstein asking Trump, "This is a good one, right?" To which Trump smiled and nodded. Now, on another page, things get a little more graphic. Baller Alert posted the originally released document and then the updated redacted file. I want to read it. I wasn't going to, but I am, because what else we gonna do, right? Actually, you know what? I'm not. But if you go to Baller Alert, you can see where Trump has been redacted, where his name is out, and you can read the rest of the commentary. I don't have the stomach to get into all of it, but it is something. That's all I can tell you. It is something. Republicans tried to throw everybody off of Trump's trail by including pictures of Bill Clinton in the Epstein release. They showed him in a picture in a pool with shorts on. Now they haven't. Yeah, they tried. They had Diana Ross, they had Michael Jackson, and their children whose faces were redacted. But they did it in a way that was wildly misleading. For example, that was from a charity event and had nothing to do with Epstein. Republicans now want to unseal the Clinton impeachment files and subpoena Bill and Hillary Clinton to provide answers to the House Oversight Committee. An attorney for the Clintons said they could give answers in writing, but insist they have no relevant information, adding there is simply no reasonable justification for compelling a former president and secretary of state to appear personally. Now, to be clear, President Trump's chief of staff, Susie Wiles, I believe her name is, told Vanity Fair that she doesn't think there's anything incriminating about Bill Clinton in the Epstein files. And tonight, Clinton called for the full unredacted release of the files, saying he doesn't need any protection and that partial files lead to insinuation. It appears now that the ball is in the Trump administration's hands. Now, this is one of those few moments where where Bill Clinton seems to be having clean hands, and the pressure is on somebody else to prove what's going on. The Epstein files are nasty work in a lot of ways. The Epstein files are a reminder of what happens in the halls of power, what happens when the rich and the privileged and the powerful operate without or with impunity. It's not a Republican issue. It's not a Democrat issue. It's a power issue. I say that to say, if you told all the stories, if you gave all the tapes up, if you told all the truths about what's going on with Epstein and et cetera, I think you'd find powerful people on both sides of the political aisle. So I'm not here saying that Trump is implicated and Democrats aren't. I have no idea what Trump's role is with Epstein. I really don't. It wouldn't shock me if there's something incriminating there. It wouldn't shock me if there isn't. But what I can tell you for sure is when you look in that mix, it's going to be some people you admire, some people who you respect, some people you voted for, some people you hate, whatever, but they're going to be powerful white men all up in that mix, and increasingly, even maybe a few non-white men. So as we talk about the Epstein files, I'm not surprised that Bill Clinton would say unredacted all because he's saying he ain't do nothing wrong. But there are a lot of his peers who will not say the same thing. And again, I'm not deifying or romanticizing Bill Clinton's life or choices or past. He's disgusting in lots of ways. It just sounds like he didn't do this particular thing, but a bunch of his peers have on both sides of the aisle. We got to watch that. We got to put a spotlight on that. We got to tell the truth, not because I want to go on a political witch hunt, but because I want justice and accountability for the victims. And that's the only way we're going to get it. And that's it. Somebody said Mark is trying to hint at something crazy. I'm not. I don't know anything. That's the thing. I'd like to see what's there. There's not a particular person I'm implicating. There's not a particular story that I know. I don't know what's going on there. What I do know is that something is going on, and the public deserves to know. The victims deserve their justice. That's all I'm saying. And I don't think that it's just in Trump's warehouse or wheelhouse. I think it's on both sides of the aisle. Do I think it's Bill Clinton at this point? Probably not. Do I think it's Barack Obama? No, not at all. Absolutely not. Just based on what I know. But there's a lot of powerful Democrats that it could be. And there's a lot of powerful Republicans that it could be. Do I think it's Donald Trump? Not necessarily. Could be, but not necessarily. We don't know. And I'm comfortable saying I don't know. But I'm also comfortable saying I'd like to know. And the way to know is to release and unredact everything except maybe the victims' names, because obviously we don't want to do harm to them. But everybody else, all them powerful politicians and stuff, man, show what you know. That's all.